right up. Right. YouTube is queuing it up, so we'll be ready to go in a heartbeat in a few seconds here. Ready to go in a few seconds. All right. Looks like we're on. Looks like we're on. Okay, good, good, good. So there we go. There we go. We're right there. Okay. Hello. That doesn't look right. It says I'm still live, but that doesn't look right. All right. It is a test, so we're going to see. Starting right now. Hello, everyone. Your host, Cy Smith, coming to you on a Blue Saturday. It's the fourth Saturday of the month. We have 5 Saturdays before the month is out. So next Saturday is the 5th Saturday. Every 4th Saturday is a big deal, Black America, Black society, because even in Africa, we want you to really lock in the 4th Saturday of the month. We believe that we have to have time set aside for the things that we want. And so the 4th Saturday of each month is time set aside for Blacks around the world to be accountable to each other based on our model of block by block. For those who don't know, National Block Club University started in earnest in 1994, November 20th, 1994. And so we are at our 31-year mark now. We've been able to expand globally. The genesis and the root is in 20 zip codes in Chicago. Those zip codes are all linked to different U.S. cities, different career fields, different countries in Africa, and now the G20. So when we say global, that's where this is coming from. The title says 157 days left before our final test of the year. The reason we started this whole movement was about stopping the shooting and killing of Black people in Chicago and then in America. Of course, in doing that work, we saw that you're not going to be able to stop the violence if you don't address some of the other core contributing factors to it. And so from that, we got our 7 daily living habits where, it's about the families to stop the violence. It's about safety, of course. It's about education to help stop the violence. It's about economics to help stop the violence, our health to help stop the violence. Our elders have a role to play in helping stop the violence, and then our youth. Those are all tied to Sunday being Family Day, Monday being Safety Day, Tuesday being Education Day, Wednesday being Economic Day, Thursday being Health Day, Friday being Seniors Day, and Saturday, today being Youth Day. When we get Black people, no matter where you are in the world, to buy into some elements of that, or even all 7 days, we're in coordination without no one leader. And that's the key. We've seen in the past where we are dependent on leaders, organizations. What we built, and we call it SEE, something extraordinary exists. What we built is something that doesn't require no one leader, no one organization. It's built on something that the enemy can assassinate, kill, or stop, and that's time. So if you notice, I told you the topics, and then I told you the time associated to those topics. No one can stop that. So you can never stop all the seniors from knowing that Friday is their day, that they're going to get extra love, support in their zip codes on their blocks. So just wanted to give you guys just who we are and why we exist. Why do I say we only have 157 days before the final test? For those who don't know, especially in the US, we have 4 seasons. And so I like to break it down in what Black people are doing during those seasons. So you can go in quarters. So the 4th quarter is October, November, December. That's our hibernation season. Most people are going indoors because of the weather and it's getting darker earlier. So it's hard to run a test to see if Black people are really pulling together and ready to make our neighborhoods safer. It's hard to run that test when people going indoors anyway. You can get a false sense of security that you saw something, but people are just in the house. You won't know if whatever you created to stop the violence is really going to be effective until people are outside to really run that test. So that means October, November, December, not a good chance to test what you think the solution is. January, February, March, that's also hibernation season. People are still indoors, so it's also not a good time. So the 4th quarter and 1st quarter is not good to run a test to see if we're ready or not. So during those months, it's all about recruiting. People are in the house, they kind of tired of being in the house, they ready to pop out. So you got some energy of wanting to connect with each other during the first quarter. Now, after that recruiting season, you go right into the training season. Why does this matter? I'm giving you the process to ensure that we can effectively see and test ourselves. You got hibernation season. It makes sense when you're hibernating to review the things that you've done, come up with new directions. So when the new year rolls around, you can recruit people. And then after recruiting, you got to train the people. After training them, then you test them. So that's the process no matter what. you you recruit, you train, you test, then you review. You recruit, you train, you test, you review. That's the process forever. Never stops. Hopefully, as a human being, you'll always be reviewing whatever you're doing. So that never stops. In life, hopefully, you're always recruiting and onboarding the next generation. Hopefully, that never stops. Training until you die, that should never stop. And then every day is a test. How did you do with the training? How did you do with recruiting? So the testing matters. So the same thing applies when we talk about safer neighborhoods and stopping this violence. With that in mind, Memorial Day weekend and 4th of July weekend, we tend to lose the most people to violence in Black America, especially Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so speaking from experience. So what I'm saying, so people can understand why it's 157 days left before this deadline here. Every June 30th is the final test because that's the weekend before the most dangerous weekend for Black people in this country, which is the 4th of July weekend. We tend to lose the most people during that 4 day holiday when people are out, it's hot, it doesn't get dark till late. And so you got people who normally wouldn't be out. And so that's our greatest test is the 4th of July weekend. And if we haven't shown that we're ready to coordinate together, then we can forget about having real impact on that violence. Memorial Day weekend is the same, but people are still in school, haven't closed the door on certain things yet. So 4th of July is the final test. The pre-test is the Memorial Day weekend. So here's what needs to happen before to let us know if we're ready or not. As Black people, there's two things that we have to do. We have to get in alignment or formation, and then we got to get on schedule. All of our problems boil down to those two things. God has given us everything we need right now, but we're out of alignment and we're off schedule. So what has to happen? We have to do for self. Government is not coming to save us. So you're not going to get a government grant to fix our situation. We're not, unfortunately, we're not going to pray our way out of this. We've had ancestors praying, praying, praying. That helps us tremendously because you got to know it's bigger than you. So we definitely got to pray, but faith without works is dead. So we can't just pray our way out of it. It's some work that got to be done. And I'm here to tell you guys, God told me clearly that if we can't trust each other, pull together our own resources, we're not ready. And what we say is $1 because we know the dollar is non-threatening and they won't hurt you. So when I hear people talk about we need to educate our way out, if we had every single Black person with a bachelor's, a master's degree, that wouldn't fix our situation because part of our situation is that we're giving our resources to people who are shooting us with it. We're giving bullets to the enemy to shoot us with. We're going and spending money with people who don't like us. We're not supporting our Black businesses who's investing in us. So education is not going to fix that. That's a personal agreement that you have to make with yourself. We're not going to employ our way out of this. If every single Black person was working, guess what? That means more money to every other ethnic group who profits off of us. So we're not finna job our way out of it. We're not finna educate our way out of it. We're not finna pray our way out of it. We're not finna vote our way out of it. Blacks vote Democratic since the 60s. Where's that gotten us? So we're not finna vote our way out of it. The state of Vermont has less people than the city of Detroit, but because Detroit is a city and not a state, they don't get two Black senators, even though it's heavily Black. Vermont, 90-some% white, get two white senators. The Senate runs the world. And so we should have 14 Black senators in America. We don't. We got three. And so it just shows you that voting is not going to do it, but you should vote. Buying black. Buying black is close, just like praying to being what we got to do as a collective. But we got to make sure the Black owners are committed to Black people. Too often, our Black owners, they drink the Kool-Aid of, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. We got to make sure that the Black owners are committed to Black people. Too often, our Black owners, they drink the Kool-Aid of, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that. We got to make sure that the Black owners are committed to Black people. Too often, our Black owners, white is right, and therefore they get the money from the black community and they go and spend money overseas in Europe and Dubai and places like that, essentially shutting out our black opportunities in Africa who have tourism, beautiful places. We're giving it to people who don't care about us. We buying their watches, their jewelry, of course, vacation in there. So we got to deal with our black owners who love Europe or that chase European models of success. So we once we get that, then buying black is keeping it inside the circle. So the reason I said all that is going back to Tuesday, June 30th. Why is that the deadline? Why after Tuesday, June 30th, we'll know if black people are ready to move in revolution or not. I'm calling it stopping the bleeding. So if we can't have 1,000 people operate in coordination or pulling together $1, we're not ready. Say that again. By Tuesday, June 30th, if we can't have four groups of 250 people agree to something so non-threatening, $1 electronically, to commit to sending that in once a month, we're not ready. That's the test. That's the test every year at this point. Because if we can't do something little, we damn sure ain't ready for nothing big. This is a layup. It should be something that should be done as soon as we put it out there. You send the money to 312-405-8844 through Cash App or Zelle. 312-405-8844. I get it. Oh, this is a scam. This to make you rich. No, we spend over $1,000 a month out of our own pocket just to keep this operation going. We have documented people who can vouch in the various zip codes and the cities and the countries in Africa of tangibly receiving resources. We believe that black dollar is circulating and staying with black people, just like Chinatown, just like Greektown, just like Little Italy. So that spirit in you and spirit in some of you who feel like, oh, this is a get rich scheme. No, got 30 years of experience of pouring into our people. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And the way we hold ourselves accountable is through your zip code. How much money came into the zip code, how much was spent in the zip code. So that model is solid. And I'm confident in telling you guys that when we look at the zip code and we see that we're not getting the $1, it's cool. We still pour into that zip code, but it's documented. We can see the zip code wouldn't give $1, but we spent $1,200 over there because their children went to New York or Birmingham or Detroit, and the people from the zip code wouldn't even trust with $1. So please know our test is, can we agree 1,000 people, four groups of 250 people to pull together $1? What is that going to do? Well, you heard me say Wednesday is economic day. So Wednesday is the black boycott. So every Wednesday, we ideally would give money to people who understand our struggle and who's committed to helping us get out of this struggle. So that's the benefit of the Wednesday. So if we have every Wednesday being economic day, that's four Wednesdays each month. If you can't name four black risk takers, owners that you personally spend money with, there's your problem. Chinatown, Greektown, Little Italy can name 20 of their own that they keep their money in because it keeps their culture going. If we can't name four and they can name 20, we're the problem. And so the benefit of 1,000 people sending a $1 into a structure that's linking all of us together worldwide is it allows us to have the utility of all of that money. Remember, we're 46 million strong. So imagine $46 million a month coming in and it's accountable by your zip code where it came from to make sure that it's being spent in your zip code to build up the 7 daily living habits. So that means award money is being given in your zip code. Why? Because Tuesday is education day. And we want to recognize your third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders with your own money, but highlighting why that's important. That means that the summit that we're having today, every fourth Saturday, there's travel money for your people to come and listen to the accountability report all around the world for Black people. So that's another reason why that dollar matters, that $46 million. We believe the future economy for Black people is in information jobs, travel jobs, and real estate. We believe that. So us pulling together those dollars will allow us zip code by zip code to put people to work when we moving around with travel. That means Airbnbs, that means hotels, that means renting churches like today, that money being there because of our dollar. That means those awards going to those students to let them know we care about education and your academic prowess. That means the travel budget is there. So we're moving around, creating vibrancy And wherever we moving around, we all know Wednesday habit is buy black. So now we can name 4 black businesses at the end of the month that we personally spent money with. And then of course the summit where we account for everything that we did. That process, hands down, is inclusive of everyone. The business community, the education community, the senior citizens community, the youth who's traveling community. It's all inclusive. That's why we say something extraordinary exists. And if we can't agree to 1,000 people by Tuesday, June 30th, then what? What else is it? It's us saying vote for this person if we fix our conditions? No, because that's not blah, blah, blah. Is it we just buy black? Is that it? No conversation with the owners on their commitment? That's not it. Is it about funding, getting the grant? You know, asking them to pay you to fix the conditions that allow them to exploit you? No, that's not it. What we're saying that is it is the conventions, the awards, the tours, and the summits. That's CATS, conventions, the awards, tours, and summits. Gary, Indiana, right next to Chicago, has every single weekend a convention. This weekend is the veterinarians convention. How are we as Black people nationally preparing the young people who want to become veterinarians? Well, in every zip code in America, part of the $1 people is to find out the information on what they do for a living. So that's how we find out how many veterinarians we know. And then we tell them about the once a year convention in Gary. Then we put the money behind them traveling to Gary with the youth that want to become veterinarians. This is every single weekend. Next weekend is Black History Convention, convening all our scholars together to talk about the new Black History month in February. It's a new Black History Month coming up. And so we're doing something different. So again, that's what that convention is about. After that, we got the photographers convention in February. Then after that, we have the entrepreneurs convention in February. So every single weekend, an excuse to travel. That's why we said the new economy is information jobs, travel jobs, real estate. Everyone around the world traveling to Chicago for the summits this weekend, fourth weekend of the month, traveling to Gary any weekend for the conventions. And every one of those conventions is tied to our retired profession people, our adult profession people, and the youth that want to grow up and be that profession people. That's called RAY, Retirees, Adults, and Youth. Think about what we look like as a society, Black society. When our retired carpenters, our adult carpenters, and our youth that want to be carpenters by zip code is talking to each other, coordinating with each other, and then coming to the annual convention. That's a big deal. So I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys why we have 157 days to pass the test for the rest of this year. And that test is 1,000 people agreeing to pull together 4 quarters every month. And when they do that, it's going to allow us to then take that narrative and go city by city and duplicate it. Milwaukee is our first city out of Chicago once we do it. Can't go to Milwaukee and say, hey, y'all, pull together 1,000 people, $1. They're going to say, did y'all do it? And right now, no, we didn't do it. 4 people did they $1 this month. So we can't go to Milwaukee and say nothing when we haven't done it yet. And it's really a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual warfare. The spirit that's preventing people from pulling together $1. So we bind that spirit up. And that's what today's summit is going to be about, helping people be confident on why this $1 is everything. And that we're not going nowhere if we can't find it in our spirit, in our heart to trust and release. Last thing, these are the tools that you can take with you. So imagine these 4 tools. All right, 4 tools matter. The first one is a hammer, because that's one of the things we're up against. We have to break down the mental barrier of the isolation, doing my own thing, not wanting to synchronize or harmonize with others because you feel your way is it. So the hammer is a tool. All right. The second one is the screwdriver. And the screwdriver is to take away the excuses. We find all type of reasons. Well, they this and they that. It's $1. It's not going to hurt you. So we use that screwdriver to unscrew the excuses. The next one is the energy drink. The energy drink is to just do it. Just send $1. Just set it up on auto pay. Let's stop wrestling around with it. Get the energy up to just do it. And the final one is a wrench. And the wrench is there to loosen up your heart. The heart, just like a hand, is so tight that I can't get nothing in it. And so we need to use that wrench to loosen up the trust so that we can then pour into this CATS, the conventions, the awards, the tours, and the summit. My number is 312-405-8844. That's 312-405-8844. Let's go, y'all. God has given us everything we need. He told me to tell you it's the $1. It's the little. Keep disrespecting the little. You're not going to get the big. Everything big comes from a bunch of little. Got to respect the little. Peace.